Hey guys, it's Nigel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry if you're gonna hear this squeaking. My chair is very squeaky. But the guides want me to talk about the unlocked human. And it was activated through Jesus. Jesus is a very fun character to me. And I like him as an ascended master. But so yes, I feel like sometimes we get so turned off when we say Jesus. Like I have this one girlfriend, every time I say Jesus, she's like, stop, because like the indoctrination from the church is like so heavy. We're just so turned off by it. We're like, no to the church, can't do the religion stuff. But you can still see these characters in history, and the impact that they had, and study them to learn from them. And so that's why I enjoy learning from Ascended Master Jesus. Anyhow, they want to talk about the unlocked human. And the reason why they brought up Jesus is because Jesus as an archetype represents the unlocked human. Why do I say this? Well, we always talk about this Christ consciousness. And this is what Jesus possessed. And whether you call him Jesus, Yahweh, Yahshua, it doesn't matter. He probably was born many times and took on many different names. Many people were probably referred to as this Jesus character because they embodied these characteristics and archetype. Now, biblically, when they talk about the crucifixion and all that other stuff, yes, they're probably talking about one person, one character. But who knows? They probably went on a crusade and killed multiple Jesuses, Joshuas, whatever, because it's not necessarily about the person. It's about the energy that they embodied. And the energy they embodied was Christ consciousness. And Christ consciousness is being able to activate more of the human's potential. The brain has, the brain and the mind has the DNA. Let's talk about the junk DNA, how they like to say we have junk DNA. It's actually not junk DNA. The human body is actually capable of doing a lot more things than we're even aware of, or that we even perceive it. Like, yeah, you can think about superheroes. You can think about, I don't know, people who can read each other's minds. You can think about all kinds of weird and crazy things that we see in movies that humans actually do have the ability to do. And the reason why we are not aware that we have the ability to do them is because in the media, it trains us to believe that it is woo-woo, or it is only saved for the superheroes. But really, the superheroes are average people who have unlocked their DNA. Okay, so again, going back to the Jesus character or the Jesus archetype, the reason why he was so big or profound is because he reached a state of consciousness or awareness that he was so unlocked that he could perform miracles, because his belief in himself and in performing the act was so strong that it had to materialize, it had to manifest in the 3D. Other people were buying into the belief, amplifying the power, creating an egregore, and helping to manifest, solidify these miracles. So yeah, they really were miracles happening because Jesus was in such a high consciousness and awareness that he just allowed himself to have whatever he spoke himself into being. And it just was. And, but the Christianity or Jesus archetype is not the only one who's like aware of this. Like when other practitioners will say things like, so mote it be, so let it be, and so it is. It's just like speaking it into existence, calling it forth, saying, whatever I just said, it's going to be that way, right? And that's what Jesus was doing. So again, when the church is upset about witchcraft and sorcery and all kinds of other shenanigans, like, there is science to this. So you don't need to be afraid and call it witchcraft. Like, it's just like physics, or just like the laws of the universe. Like, yeah, if you put focus and intention into something, if you put energy into something, it's going to manifest. Yes, we can call it miracles. Yes, it's incredible. Yes, we manifested it, but also it can all be scientifically proven. It just hasn't caught up yet. Okay, I need to take a sip on that because I'm supposed to be talking about the unlocked humans. Okay. I'm really hoping that through this channel, they tell us how to become the unlocked humans because I'm intrigued now. Okay, they said before I tell you how to unlock it, like you just need to be aware of like what humanity is really capable of doing. All of the problems that we are creating by living in the lower chakras, the problems we're creating by living in scarcity. We are all, as a humanity, choosing to live in scarcity. We are choosing to pay for our basic needs and necessities. It doesn't have to be this way. The things that we are doing, the way that we're living life, how we're participating in life, we're just going along with it. But until enough of us together, and they're like, make it very small, like create a group in your neighborhood, start making local changes for just your small group, and then if it's working out, let it grow. But these are how the changes are going to be made into New Earth, if you will. But yes, they say if you want to start seeing these changes of like free food, free housing, all these other things, you're gonna have to collectively start creating it in your own community. And eventually the world will catch on, but it has to start with a small group of people, right? Like how they say it has to start with you. Like you have to find your people who are going to do whatever it is you're going to do. Community garden, community housing, community whatever. Getting people's basic needs met. Let's start there, right? But they want to talk about the unlocked human. Okay. How do we begin to unlock the human? Let's go there. How you begin to unlock the human is through bringing the human to its most optimum health. Now, when I say human, I'm talking about the human vessel. You need to bring the human vessel to its most optimal health. I believe this might have been what Dr. Sebi was talking about, or Dr. Sebi, but I don't know. I didn't really study him, but I know he was like curing cancer and all kinds of other crazy things through nutrition, through eating clean. And so we do have the ability to expand our life, to heal ourselves. Isn't that incredible that the human body can heal itself? Like if you break a bone, you can heal yourself. If you scrape your arm and you're bleeding, it is going to recover. Like our bodies are meant to be here. They're meant to heal themselves. They're meant to sustain for a long period of time if we take care of them. And so they're saying things like eating alkaline, drinking alkaline water, getting the right nutrients and electrolytes in your body, to bring your human vessel at its most optimum health. They're even saying like if you're smoking like cigarettes, like you're not bringing your body to the most optimum health. If you are smoking something and it's like having a bad effect on your body, you're not allowing your body to be at its optimum health. And if your vessel is not at its optimum health, it's going to be very difficult to tap these states or these frequencies that we're talking about. And when I'm talking about the unlocked human, we're literally just talking about frequencies. When we're talking about Jesus performing these miracles, he could do it because he reached a frequency in his consciousness. So what is happening right now on the planet is we are all raising and rising in frequency. And also in consciousness, okay? And so as the consciousness raises, the human allows itself to be unlocked naturally, right? It's like if you are, and I don't really believe that humans descend from monkeys, but like I'm just going to use this as an example. If you are a monkey and you're, I don't know, trying to open a lid or something, I don't know, and you can't get it open. I don't know. I feel like a monkey would be able to open a lid. I don't know where I was going with that example. But like over time, the species can learn new things. Okay, like over generations, the species can learn new things. So just like humans can, like when we were cavemen, we were like, oh my God, we can have fire. Oh my God, we can have wheels. Oh my God, we can have ships. Oh my God, we can create cars. Oh my God, we can create airplanes, right? Like this is just all manifestations of the human desire that we're just like shooting out. Like, yeah, sure, we can do that. Like if one day the human desire was like, oh my God, we can fly, we're going to be flying because we collectively agreed on it, and because we've unlocked that feature in our human consciousness that says it's okay for us to do this, so let's just do it. Now that's just an example, but like if we're talking about like just like basic necessities like feeding people, if we reach that state of consciousness and we're like, that's a no-brainer, duh, everybody's going to eat, then that's what it's going to be, right? And so the unlocked human, they're talking about activating people. If you are somebody who's a truth seeker and you're watching all this types of spirituality content and stuff like that, and then people who are coming into awakening and coming into consciousness, and they're like going down the rabbit hole of like the angel numbers, and then like what happens when we're sleeping, and like I don't know, like they just tap into all these things. They're learning all this knowledge, gaining all this insight. Their consciousness is raising. Why? Because they can't unknow this stuff. And so the more you know, the more you're experiencing, the bigger your consciousness or your awareness gets, right? And so like imagine if we had consciousness and awareness of other planets, and we kind of do, but like imagine if we had consciousness and awareness of what was going on other planets, then we would be experiencing that timeline. And so that's why consciousness is such a like big deal. They said if words build worlds, consciousness is the fabric of the words woven together to create the world. Well, that was deep and profound. Anyway, is there anything else? The unlocked human. So what things can you do? So I was talking about nutrition and wellness to unlock the human, of course, like exercising regularly to release endorphins and like happy feelings, happy chemicals. What else can you do to unlock the human? You have to start clearing and transmuting trauma very quickly. Which is very difficult because I feel like we get triggered a lot. And I feel like this is probably why we're getting triggered a lot, because we need to know how to clear trauma faster. Because when we are able to clear trauma faster, we're able to manifest faster. Why do I say that? Because in doing that, we're transmuting the energy. But the reason why we need to do it is because when we sit with these energies that are lower of sadness, grief, regret, whatever the emotion is, when we sit with it for years and years and years, we could be using that energy and power to manifest something, to create something. And so we have to get better at transmuting energy quickly, meaning that like if we're sad or having a bad day, we know how to turn that around quickly if we want to. Or like if we are, whatever the case may be, whatever we're feeling, we have to be able, like if somebody talks to us crazy, we have to be able to like maintain a calm homeostasis, or a calm like internal being, like really know peace internally, so that nobody can mess with you, no matter what goes on in your environment. And that's kind of, again, what the Jesus character was showing you. Like people can be around him panicking, you know, wondering what's gonna happen, and the Jesus character is just like, why are you acting like we don't know what the answer is? Duh, we're gonna create the answer. Like that was the Jesus character. He's just like like I can't believe. I think we really have to like sometimes just like put these lenses on of like, duh, I can do anything. Duh. You know, like these problems are not even problems. Like, duh, I can do anything. Like, duh, I can pay that. That's simple. Duh, I can go there. That's simple. Duh, I can be here. That's simple. You know, like just put yourself there and stop seeing it as a problem. Just put yourself there. But anyway, the unlocked human. I think that's all I want to say right now, because I am starting to ramble. But I hope that this gave you guys something to think about. I hope there were some drops in here. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Bye, guys.